8:15 right now. It is time once again for the Indie Give campaign, and Fox 21 is helping out by highlighting local organizations that need your help. One of those organizations is the Mayfield Counseling Centers, and joining me now to tell us all about it is Trevor Sharon and Rita Peterson. Good morning. Thank you both for being here this morning.
Glad to be here.
Thank you.
Rita, let's start with you. I'm sure Mayfield Counseling Centers offers a lot of different services, but for the Give campaign, you guys are really focused on suicide prevention.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your program.
Yes. A few years ago, when we had such a need in the community, we embedded ourselves in District 20 and worked really hard with some of the schools and to build awareness and create programs to help bring down those numbers. And so now we're also working with District 11 and District 49. We're going to be working in District 38. December 4th, we're actually at one of the schools there. So, yeah.
Awesome. Definitely a topic that we know is really impacting today's youth.
Yes.
And not just the youth, but Trevor, this is a topic that's very personal to you. Tell me a little bit about your story.
Yeah, so I am a suicide survivor. About 10 years ago next week will have been my suicide attempt in high school. So this hits home for me, and I've seen so many of my peers suffer from either their friends or themselves completing suicide. This is something that we can't just not talk about, and we have to talk about it well. So we wrote a curriculum called Who Can Relate that essentially asks the students to answer three questions. Who loves you, who needs you, and where do you find your value? And if someone can answer those questions really well, I think the rate for suicide or the risk for suicide goes down dramatically. And it's interesting to see these students struggle with these questions, and to be able to equip them to not only answer it from themselves, but also to answer it for another peer, to be the answer for that other peer.
And I know I watched you have a video on the website that you share your story in detail.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to put that story out there?
Yeah, so I end my video saying, I tell my story because I need you to recognize that someone needs to be your story too. If we can share our stories, it has power, and the more that we can share, the more we can talk about it well, the less scary it is, and the less stigma we have around it. I think it's important for us to be able to recognize what's happening in our society, in our city of Colorado Springs, the countless number of suicides we've had in teens, and to be able to talk about it and then say, okay, now that we've recognized that there's a problem here, what can we do to fix it?
Great. Well, I'm so glad you're here today.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you sharing your story. I know that that's hard. And Rita, tell me, what would you guys do with the money raised in the Give campaign?
Well, we're looking to build additional resources, and we do offer, we'd like to have funding so that we can offer scholarships for people who are not able to afford. And we have all different levels of providers. So we have psychologists, we have counselors, we have interns, and we're able to offer at different levels that way. But having the funding will allow us also to do that well and to gain additional training, to purchase additional resources. We would love to be able to offer some neurofeedback or biofeedback, and those machines are expensive, so we could, we could use some money on that. We have people trained and ready to go. We just need the equipment. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Really important cause to donate to if you can. If you would like to donate to this organization or any of the others featured in the Give program this year, you can find a link on our website. For more info at fox21news.com. Just search Indie Give. 8:19. We will be right back after this.